I needed 3 hours of physics to get into dental school. I needed 3 hours. And I said to her, we'd been dating, no, nothing about marriage or nothing. And I said, I'm going to go down to Huntington to Marshall today to enroll. Would you like to go with me? She said, yes. She said, I'll take a course with you and we'll go down together. I said, okay. So we're driving out of Dunbar through Institute, which has West Virginia State College, which is a black school. As we go down the street to go to Huntington, here's this black girl standing there waiting for a bus. She had on the identical dress that Rose had on, exactly. I said, what? I said, where'd you get that dress, Rose? And where'd you say you got it?
I said, probably at
Learner shops.
Learner's
Learner's
Shop.
Shop. So we go right on down to Huntington, which is about 40 miles, and we'll say 11 o'clock. I come up to the gate to go into the campus, rather. We go into the campus. And instead of going in, I said to her, let's get married. She said, okay. So we just kept going right on.
You just said that to her? You
I
said,
said, what did I say to you?
That's where we're trying to get married.
That's what I said. I said, let's get married. So we go right on by the campus.
Now, wait a minute, we
Go.
gotta get Bonnie.
All right, we get them that's where I've been rooming while I was in school there at Marshall. Cross the Ohio River, go down to Ironton, Ohio. We get there at 12:15.
What day?
At Ironton, Ohio.
What day?
God damn it, on July the 26th.
Was it a Saturday?
No. Yes, it was a Saturday, just like this, yeah.
Yeah, because
So
they closed it.
I go to the courthouse, big two-story house with a big glass front door. I go up and the damn thing's locked. It was on a Saturday. I take a quarter, Rose is out in the car. I take a quarter out of my pocket and hit on the glass door, and a woman comes to the door. I said, I would like to get an application, something, I want to get married. She said, we're closed. I said, well, we've driven all the way from Charleston, West Virginia. Is there any way we can get an application? What the hell is it called?
A license.
Her license.
license.
License. She said, I'll tell you what, across the street there, at the Elks Club, that's as far as from here, halfway out to the corner. He says, there might be a justice of the peace over here, his name is Burke. Go across and see if he's over there, and if he is, he can come over here, and I'll issue him a license. I go over, I go in, and Justice of the Peace Burke is sitting in there playing poker. I said, I'd like to see Mr. Burke. I had to wait for him to play a hand or two, and then he came out, and I told him, I said, we want to get married. He said, I got a half hand going. Now, this is on a Saturday, about 15 minutes to 1. I said, please, I said, we want to get married. He said, okay. So he hollers in, he said, deal me out. Now we go across to the courthouse, and the woman comes to the door. She issues him a license. Now, Rose gets out of the car, and the three of us go back into the clubhouse, the Elks Club. He said, well, he said, let's go upstairs in the meeting room or something, and I'll do the ceremony up there. And Phil said, keep dealing me out. I thought that he asked a couple of his players, but we had them.
We had Bonnie or
We had
with
witnesses. We had witnesses with them. We go up there, we stand there in front of him. July the 26th, hotter than hell. I had a short sleeve shirt, open shirt here, no coat, no tie. She had on that dress that black girl had on. And by God, we stood there. He said, he married us right there. right there.
Did you have a ring or anything?
Hell, I didn't have anything.
Bonnie, Irwin and Wayne Barnett, who was with us.
That's,
They were-
when I went to school there at Marshall,
Bonnie's
I
parents-
lived right there, next to the campus what was her name?
Irwin.
I lived at their house there. That's where I was, and I went right out the back door into the college. But anyway, that's who was there.
In fact, I don't know whether Bonnie's still or not, she moved over to Point Pleasant. I don't know where Wayne went, he was good looking, he wanted to be in the movies.
Nope. What'd you do when you got back to West Virginia?
Did you tell everybody? You
Well,
did,
would you
didn't
like to hear about us getting married, or what do you want to talk about?
It was, when we got there, we came back and let them out, and we went to Hamlin, West Virginia. There's a road there that had the highway to Hamlin, that's where I lived.
Highway to Hamlin.
Highway to Hamlin.
So
Yeah,
when
and
you came
After-
back,
now, would you like to hear-
He picked up some hitchhikers. Whenever we-
Picked up hitchhikers.
Yeah, you know, you didn't, that.
it wasn't dangerous.
Would you
Man and his wife.
would you like to hear about the goddamn ceremony?
Yes.
All right. So we're standing there on the second floor of the X Club in Iron, Ohio, and Justice of the Peace
Yeah.
Burke, he performs the ceremony. So after he gets through, I think I kiss her. Now this is about 20 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. He said, "I now pronounce you man and wife." I said, "Thank you." And look, I said, "How much do I
Have you
owe?"
seen the first one?
He
Oh,
said,
well, you gotta go back first and
$10.
figure out everything.
I gave him a $10 bill. Now I'm 21 years old. Give him a $20 bill. And she and I go back down and go out and get in the car and go back to West Virginia. And that's the way we got married.
And but then you went back to your own houses.
That's right. We went by her brother's house, visited them, at about 9 o'clock at
I
night.
had some wine.
About
That's the first time that I never drank wine, I think.
Really?
But we told them, yeah.
Dad, Mother said that was the first time she'd ever had any wine.
Probably elder woman had some wine. You don't remember that. Of course,
So anyway,
she's had so much before that it would make-
we left
Yeah.
Wilma's and Eldie's house about 10 o'clock at night. We'd been married at
It's
noon
about
that
30
day.
miles from church.
I took her to her house as if we were on a date, and I went to my house as if I was on a date, and that was it. We were going to keep it a secret for 6 months or more, wasn't it? How long?
That long to go to school to get to know them.
So I go to my house, take her to her house. And I don't know, but somehow Rosa's sister found out about us,
Florence, yeah.
and she called. Somehow, my dad got the message that I had been married.
Florence was at a meeting in Ashland, Kentucky.
Was that when-
It was in the paper, and she sent a card to me. That's the first.
Was that when
Well,
they-
that's it now.
When he found out, is that
He said to me-
when you came out there to the farm and he said, go away?
No, just a minute.
Okay.
We had a big garden space there at where I lived there on Clay Avenue. About as big as that pool, twice as big as that pool. Weeds is this high and everything. So my dad and my mother were going to go to our farm down on Polka River, and he says to me, "I found out that you're married. Don't be here when we get back." That's what he told me. She's at her house, I'm up at my house. So they leave to go down on our farm, and I go up and I dig that damn garden up till you could, it was perfect. So here come Mom and Pop back about 5 or 6 o'clock. And he said, "Are you still here?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Pop, look up there at that garden where I fixed up." He looked up there. He said, "Bertha, didn't he say that? Bertha, what should we do?" And she said, I don't know what you think we should do. He told me, he said, well, bring her on up to your little house.
I think in between he talked to Aunt Sally, we didn't know that.
But anyway, she had been living at her house and I've been living at my house.
I
We've
got
been married.
permission to come up there.
So anyway, I got Rose and brought her up to the house. Now this is the first time that anybody had ever known that we were married, and we slept together at my house that night. Now, a little later on, after Rose got acclimated to our house, and my mother had cancer, and she had to go to, what's the name of that place?
Mayo Clinic.
Huh?
We went out to
Mayo
We
Clinic.
went to the clinic out in
What's the name of
Minnesota.
the goddamn?
Mayo Clinic.
Minnesota.
What's the name of that place?
The Mayo Clinic in
Mayo
Rochester.
Clinic. So my mother had to go to Mayo Clinic.
Out in Minnesota.
And she had 3 daughters and 3 daughter-in-law plus Rose. So Pop, my dad said, Bertha, who do you want to go to Mayo Clinic with you? And Mom said, I want Rose. So when he said that and she said that, then she became cemented in the family. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah. Yep.
So then after that, she was.
That wasn't an early thing. That was after I think Johnny was in. Yeah. I'd have to think. I know that I went up with her to the, I'd ride an ambulance with her up to the hospital for the treatment. And Doc would take care of Johnny, and he'd have him driving nails in the tree and everything else. Keep him busy. So that's when she did that. So you see, that's quite a ways.
Yeah.
Plus I'd have-
Dad, do you want to talk about the day that y'all had me?
He doesn't
Wait,
remember that one.
hey, you mean the calamity? Huh? The one where that airplane went down last week over in.
I know, I remember all of them.